Hello darlings, welcome back to my channel. My name is Coralie and today I welcome you to my guide on how to plan, how to schedule, and how to organize your time. This is my guide to scheduling, and I just want to say I have a few disclaimers. First of all, if you're like, girl, what is behind you? I did my makeup, and every time I do my makeup I have to let the products I use sit because I don't want to forget what I use, so that when I write captions, this is a purely beauty guru thing. Please ignore that. I am not the leading authority on productivity. I am not the leading authority on how to organize your time. I feel like I'm simply someone who struggled with this in the past, and I have come up with a lot of successful ways to fix that and to still be productive and to be efficient. I basically found things that work for me, and the truth about organizing and planning is that you might have to try a few things before you actually get to the point where you know what you're doing. I also don't want to make it seem like productivity is the most important thing in the world, but I also want you to know that I consider rest and having fun productive activity. So just so like we're on the same page, I just don't want anyone to be like, oh, this is giving very much like 4x, like, oh, invest in this, you always need to be hustling. That's not how I am. You're gonna see the way I plan things out. You're gonna see how, you're gonna see, okay? This is one of those videos I had to prepare using like a script-ish because there's a lot of things to say, so I'm gonna keep it cute. There's gonna be a first portion of this video that's going to be more like, theory. I'm gonna tell you what principles I'm gonna go by in order to plan, and then we're gonna practice, right? So I'm gonna give you guys a demo so that you guys understand how things work. This is something I wrote when I was making this document because it's something I truly believe to be true, and it says, organizing your time is an art, one you must master to be the best version of you, is the key to the type of productivity that seems unattainable. Right? People love saying you can't have everything. And although there are going to be some days that are going to be harder than others, days where you might not be able to have everything you want, in general, you can have anything you want. You can have anything and everything you want. So let me tell you how. First step, you need to get yourself a planner. Now, whether that be digital planner, a physical planner, you need a planner. A paper planner is something that sometimes, universities sometimes give you a paper planner. Like my university does that. I just don't use paper planners, so I don't use them. Paper planner can literally come in the form of journaling. Some people really like to customize pages and really do everything to their image, so you can journal doing that. You can just buy like a random paper planner. Listen, you can plan on Word and then just print it out. Like you can really do whatever. You don't need to purchase anything expensive. You don't need anything to do that, right? Digital planners, you can use a digital planner by using a calendar app, or like, just a calendar that things on. You can also use a digital planner by using Excel. I am an Excel stan. Excel? The software used to do calculations in math, physics, and whatnot. I love Excel. Excel is one of my favorite apps that has ever existed. Not apps, softwares. I used to I know in CEGEP, I already explained what that is, but that's like pre-university program in Quebec. In CEGEP, I always plan my days using Excel because it's easy, it's easy. Or you can have a digital calendar, which is what I personally use. But again, any of the methods you're going to use to plan are valid, right? The only must for me in a calendar or a planner and whatnot is to have a daily hour-by-hour schedule. That's really, really important to me. You guys are going to see in the planning portion of this that I literally plan every hour of my day. That's how I work. It might be rigid and some people might not like that method / manner of doing things, and that's completely up to you. Again, I'm not here to force my methods on anyone. I'm here to open your eyes up to new methods. It also includes for me, to-do lists with checks. It's really important that it has checks. I know it sounds ridiculous. It does. It sounds absolutely ridiculous for me to be like, it has to have checks. It's good for the therapeutic part of checking off things on your to-do list, so trust me on that one. Then you're gonna need stationaries. I'm not someone who's gonna recommend a bunch of stationaries, but a black pen, a blue pen, maybe 2-3 highlighters depending on how you like to do your things. I do it on my iPad, so I need this girl right here, the Apple Pencil, which is expensive in its own right, so do with that what you will. That's my first step. You need to get yourself a form of planning. Then you need to think about the content of what needs to get done. You have a day, you have hours, and you have things to do. So what are those things you need to do? There are non-negotiable activities, right? So school, like actual class, like whether it be physical or online, there's classes that have, hours. For example, you have a class from 1 a 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. That's a class. That's non-negotiable. That's in your schedule. It will not move. For some people, work is a non-negotiable schedule. Like you're scheduled for a time and you're gonna have to show up and do your work, and that's that. For some people, it's more malleable. So, depending on your situation, it's going to be negotiable or non-negotiable. Non-negotiable activities for me: school, work, sleeping. Take all these non-negotiable activities and like fix them, right? You need to put them somewhere. Okay, so this is gonna be this class, this class, this class. And I usually put those like in a completely different color than the rest of my planning, because it's not things that can be moved, it's things that need to remain. Then you're gonna have to think about your deadlines, right? So if you're in school, assignment deadlines, exam dates, things like that. If you're like a social media influencer, I happen to be both. When does this video need to be up? When does this post need to be up? Like these are things that you don't necessarily think about, but like, what are those deadlines? If you have a sponsor post, if you have this, and that, if you have responsibilities, when are those responsibilities due? It can be you're giving a presentation, you're going to teach a class. When is that? And you need to have that relatively available to you. My advice would be to skim all of your syllabi. In Latin it would be syllabi, right? So okay, we're gonna say syllabi, but syllabuses, whatever you feel fits better your narrative. You're gonna skim all your no, I can't. You're gonna skim all of what I just said, and you're gonna really pick up all the assignment dates, all the exam dates, everything that you need to get done and hand out. You need to have those dates available to you. What I usually recommend is writing them all on like a long post-it note or like a notepad thing, and just like put them like where you can always see them. Next thing you're gonna want to factor in is hobbies and self-care. So movies, wash day, doing your nails, sewing something, doing one of your hobbies, doing something that you love doing. You need to schedule that into your schedule. And remember, it's always productive if it's been scheduled. That's kind of my thing. I'm like, if I schedule this, it's productive, okay? Because I plan to do this, right? If you want to watch a movie in particular, schedule the movie. Schedule the movie. There's nothing you have to lose, literally. Even if it's on Netflix, even if you're not going to the movie theater to watch it, schedule it. If you want to watch a show, factor in the amount of episodes you're going to watch and when you're going to watch that show. The one thing I don't really schedule ever is watching YouTube videos, because usually what I'll do is during my breaks, lunch breaks and any of that, I will watch YouTube videos. For watching shows, I will schedule time. You know what I mean? It's different for everyone, so really you do whatever you want to do. If you're going to go out, schedule that time, and schedule recover for after you go out, because I know some of y'all be getting crazy up in these clubs. Hopefully not during COVID, but you know what I mean. I want you guys to get yourself a master to-do list, because I feel like a master to-do list also helps you with the content of your of what you need to put in your planning and your planners. And so just for you, I have a master to-do list available for free in the description box. I usually use one every week so that I can kind of get myself together and get myself ready to do things and start scheduling and putting things in. I just feel like it helps you lay everything out in front of you. If you have a master to-do list and your list of deadlines, I feel like you can achieve a lot. You can definitely achieve a lot. Third step is to estimate the time it's going to take you to perform an activity. Now, this is one of the things that I just boast about to everyone. This is something I say to everyone. I'm gonna read this because it needs to be word for word, but I'm a firm believer in Parkinson's law. I'm gonna put the definition on screen. Parkinson's law is the adage that work expends to fill the time allotted. Put simply, the amount of work required adjusts to the time available for its completion. Now, before everyone is like, well, that's a lie, babe, I ain't never scheduled something that I didn't finish in the time I scheduled it. Literally. But also, you have to be realistic, right? Like, you're not gonna be done studying for an exam in 30 minutes. That's not realistic. Like, I feel like within the realms of realism, but in the realms of what's realistic, you need to find something, allow yourself that time, and then you just need to get it done. I feel like doing this also forces you to be 100% focused on what you're doing. Like, you can be doing other things if you want to finish the task, you know what I mean? You're like, no, I can't have my phone because I gotta do this. And you're right, you can't have your phone because you do have to do this. So one of my other things, it's like you just learn as you go, okay? So as you do certain tasks, you're gonna learn that maybe this this amount of time is not enough for you to get it done. This amount of time was too much for you to get it done. Like, try to figure out the balance. The more you do it, the more you get good at it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like at the beginning, when I first started scheduling, like hour by hour, my days, I was like, oh wait, no, this did not take me this amount of time, because I just didn't realize the time that each thing needed to have to be completed, right? Learn as you go. Don't be hard on yourself. Like, this is something that I went through. This is something that you're probably going to go through if you're first starting out this method. It's better to start something than to always wait for something to be perfect before you start it, because it's never going to be perfect. Like, I'm not perfect. It's never going to be perfect. So just start. You have nothing to lose, literally. This is something I think is very important, and it's something that I've definitely seen in courses about productivity, is to basically have 2 or 3 primary tasks that you want to do during the day. For me, a typical day would probably be like, oh, finish half of this assignment, finish editing my YouTube video plus thumbnail, something like this. And sometimes it would be workout. If I got nothing done that day except those 3 things, I would be extremely happy. You know what I mean? Like, these are things I just really want to get done. I really want to get done, and I want to cross off of my, you know, to-do list. Do not overwhelm yourself, and make sure you schedule time off rightfully. Like, for me, lunch is scheduled, supper is scheduled, and it's always an hour and 30 minutes to 2 hours. I will admit, if it's like an exam period, you know, midterms or something, I will keep it usually at an hour. 4, learn more about yourself. You need to learn what are your productive times. I know that my productive times are in the morning. I am a morning person. I don't wake up at 5 a.m. though. I don't. Okay, that's just, we not doing that. Although I am going to film a video of waking up at 5 a.m. for a week, because I kind of want to see how it is. Maybe I will adopt this lifestyle. I don't know. Only time will tell. I like to be awake early because I know I get more things done in the morning, and there's really nothing special about it. Some people just are more productive at night. So just figure out the times in which you are most productive and use those times to schedule things that you really want to get done. For example, you know what I mean? Going off on the same examples I told you, I want to finish half of an assignment, edit a video plus the thumbnail, and then I want to work out. Like, I'm going to do usually workout, I'll leave it for the afternoon, I'll be honest, but usually I'm going to do those 2 first things, you know, assignments plus YouTube video. I'll do them in the morning so that I can get them done, and then the rest of the day I'll try to do other, like, more little things that require less focus and less attention from myself, you know? What you also need to learn more about yourself is the time you need to relax. For some people, an hour of relaxation is enough. I don't know how y'all do it out there, but I envy you, because I need like an hour and a half to 2 hours of relaxation to really be productive afterwards. Some of us like binge watching. Some of us have difficulty stopping when you're reading a book. I will attest to both of those things. I will. Streaming platforms are literally built to like grab your attention and not let you go. Books are written so that there's always a cliffhanger at the end of the chapter you said you were gonna finish reading the book by. You know what I mean? So it's all about self-control. It's all about putting limits and respecting them. And I feel like with self-control, it just gets easier with time. This is something that at first you're like, but I need to watch the other next episode. I'll watch it tomorrow. The episode is still going to be there tomorrow. The book is not going to magically leave my shelf and I'm never going to be able to read it again. You know what I mean? So just, you know, be mindful. Learn about self-control, and then learn what your favorite activities are. Listen, you need to know so that you can, because favorite activities can be considered relaxation if it's in the right terms and on your own terms. So just learn about that. My God, this video is so long. Final step is don't be hard on yourself. This is so important. As time goes by, you will get better at this, okay? I promise you, I promise you. If you have an unproductive day or 2 or 3, because trust me, I've had those, don't be hard on yourself. If you have those unproductive days, usually it's because you've been overworking yourself and you needed to take more rests regularly in order to not fall into an unproductive slump. Usually it's your body telling you, you have tired me to the bone, Miss Ma'am. So now I don't want to do nothing. At the end of the day, it's better to be regular than to just be like in and out and in and out. And by the way, I'm not judging anyone this happens to. If you see my vlogs, this happens to me. And it's the worst thing. I hate when it happens to me. But listen, it do be like that. Your health takes precedent on any task you have to achieve, ever. If you're not getting enough sleep, go to bed. Go to bed. Nothing is worth your health. Nothing. None of it. There is nothing on this planet. I don't think I can ever stress this enough. There is nothing on the planet that will ever take precedent over your health. And I'm so passionate about this because I feel like that is where hustle culture fails to like do the right thing, because they're telling people if you're not overworking yourself to the bone, then you're not working hard enough to achieve your dreams and you're never going to achieve your dreams. That is a lie. Work smarter, not harder. My final little bit of advice is really like learn to not be too rigid. And this is hypocritical because I am way too rigid of a person, and it's something that I'm actively working against and working towards changing. Learn to not be too rigid because things are going to come up all the time. There's always something that comes up. So be willing to switch things up, be willing to change your schedule, and just be willing to understand that life is not a straight line. Life is very much like a squiggly line. It's like a highway with exits, and like sometimes the exits go back to the highway, sometimes you just take an exit for a while and you need to find yourself back to the highway, but it's gonna take you some time. This is a weird analogy. I don't know where I'm going with this. This is basically all the tips I have for scheduling. Now let's go on to the demo in which I present to you everything. Like previously said in the video, I have a master to-do list available in the description box for free. I highly suggest you get one, and you basically either print it out every week or, you know, whatever. You do whatever works for you best. But basically, I have a few categories. I think I have to buy, to do, to clean, to contact, to read, to research. And basically this is kind of an example, but I'm filling things out. And what I would do is at the beginning of every week, I would fill out everything I have to get done, /buy, /research, /contact, and so on and so forth. And then I would take the sheet and make my schedule to make sure that I am not leaving out anything I need to get done in my schedule, basically. Now let's get into the fun stuff. So this is a fictional day. Like, this is not a day I'm gonna have just to tell you guys. But I'm gonna start by mapping out my non-negotiable activities with a gray highlighter. The reason why I do this is because I feel like it basically represents stagnant things. Like, I cannot change what's in gray. So that's just kind of, you know, an indicator for myself. So now we have school and work. Next, in this specific planner that I'm going to link in the bio, you know, I can write a little my assignments, you know, things I have to do, but then I'm going to start actually planning my day. So I always like doing things in a pastel rainbow order because I have a little bit of an issue, if you could say that. But, you know, for example, I'm going to write things like write half of my paper, you know, edit my video for an hour, and what is this one? Makeup, do my makeup for work. You know what I mean? So I'm just putting things out right here. The empty spaces are breaks, so usually lunch breaks and whatnot. Being me literally means that I'm gonna like thrive off of to-do lists. I love to-do lists. So right now, you know, I'm to-do listing because certain things don't need a whole like place in your schedule. Like sending an email, posting on Instagram is not supposed to take you more than like 10 minutes, you know, like, I mean, it depends, but usually it doesn't, you know? So I do this and that's done. I hope you guys enjoyed the demo. This is it, you guys. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Also, comment in the comment section down below. What are your favorite scheduling methods? What is your favorite type of planner? Do you like a paper planner, a digital planner? What kind of planner do you like? If you like me, my personality, or the content I put right up on YouTube, then feel totally free to subscribe to this channel. We love newcomers. We love organizing. For the entire month of August, I'm posting back to school content. And, you know, in general, I'm a lifestyle and beauty channel. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. Again, I hope it was really helpful. Honestly, I'm pouring my heart to y'all. This is all the tips that I have. And so with that being said, I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.